Here we are again. The festivities are just around the corner. Many are already rushing through supermarkets, filling their trolleys with gifts and decorations, while others prepared for this auspicious occasion months ago. Year in, year out, Christmas carries a certain excitement. It is that one season where societies across the world come alive with light, color, sound, and celebration. For some, it is a deeply spiritual moment, while for others, it's an opportunity to feast, drink, travel, and exchange gifts simply because the season allows it. As an African woman who has observed this occasion from childhood to adulthood, I've come to see and conclude that many people, more or less, live from January to December waiting for this single day. They stretch their finances, their expectations, and emotions all for a holiday that, in its original meaning, was meant to remind us of humility, sacrifice, and love. The occasion is indeed significant and poignant, but somewhere along the way, we began to lose sight of the simple essence that once defined it. And this prompts me to share an insight on what Christmas looks like in Africa in comparison to what it looks like in the West. When you grow up in Africa, especially in a typical village or low-income urban setting, you learn early on that Christmas is not about money. Many families celebrate without expensive decorations, without fancy sweets and chocolates, without a tree, and sometimes without even a new outfit. Yet the laughter is loud, the stories are rich, and the togetherness is heartfelt. People borrow chairs from neighbors, cook one big communal meal, and share whatever little they have. Children run around happily with balloons and homemade toys. The joy is genuine because the heart of Christmas is connection, not consumption. Meanwhile, from what I have observed through interaction with people and what I get to see in our social media spaces, for Western countries, life tends to be easier in terms of access. People have well paying or at least consistent jobs. Shopping is convenient, and Christmas culture is more or less commercialized. Homes get decorated weeks earlier. Gifts lists are long, and the season is often filled with beautifully wrapped presents, travel, and abundant meals. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with abundance of this nature. On the contrary, it is a gift not accorded to many. But just like here, many are beginning to feel the strain and the pressure to overspend in order to match the season. This comparison reminds us of a vital truth that whether we have plenty or little, Christmas is more about the heart. Africans, even with less, will still strive to share more, and Westerners with more often long for deeper meaning beyond the wrapped gifts. Both worlds are indeed learning that the true gift is contentment. And perhaps my quest in this article is to remind us to adjust our mindsets more than ever before and rethink our approach. Practicing minimalism is not about depriving oneself, but rather about choosing intentionally. It's about spending on what matters, saving your energy for what nourishes your soul, and avoiding the societal pressure to overspend for a single day. It's about sharing with the less fortunate in our society and bringing hope to others by showing up where you can. So this Christmas, why don't we live within our means instead of plunging into debt? Buy only what we truly need, not what advertisements programs us to. Invest in experiences by being together in time, gratitude, and prayer. Share what you can because generosity does not require abundance. See to it that nothing goes to waste, especially food, and avoid trashing. If there is one message I would pass on as a coach and as an African woman who has watched the season evolve, it is this. Christmas is not measured by the weight of your shopping bags and spending, but rather by the spirit of humbleness, simplicity, contentment, and a heart of giving. Contentment teaches us to appreciate the little joys we find in togetherness. Responsibility reminds us to prioritize our future over a moment of celebration. Sharing ensures no one around us feels forgotten in a season meant to unite us. When we embrace these values, we return Christmas to its rightful place, not as a show, but as a shared warmth. This Christmas, whether you're in the bustling city in the West or in a humble village in Africa, choose simplicity. Wishing you a reflective, beautiful Christmas from Africa.